How have the justices changed the way that they operate through this time?
Well, they're working remotely, obviously, and their staff is too now. And for them, that may be the really the biggest change. Is that normally I think they've got most of their staff is in the office on a daily basis. As you know, some of them don't live in Austin, and so they may be more accustomed to working from home. So in terms of how they work, it may not be that big of a change for them. Certainly for their staff, I think it's a big change. We, I know the law clerks were sending around instructions to each other about how to use their OneDrive, which I think most of them probably hadn't used much until this happened. So I know in some courts what we're seeing is things like OneDrive and probably Zoom teleconferencing like we're using right now are things that have been sort of accelerated. Going back to Michael Cruz, I talk about him because he used to be a deputy clerk here, and so I'm in contact with him quite a bit. But he talked about how he had a 5-year plan for getting some technology implemented there in the Fourth Court of Appeals, and that this has really just accelerated everything. That they're rolling out OneDrive and Microsoft Teams, and people are learning things that maybe they were a little bit resistant to before. Maybe they weren't excited about using, and now they're finding they really need to use it. It's a necessity for them.
So it sounds like there's going to be some adjustments, or have been some adjustments to the basic workflow, but all the infrastructure was already there. I mean, what about the TAMES system? Are the judges able to access that and continue the normal process there?
They can, and they always have been able to through VPN. They complain a bit that it's a little bit slow sometimes using VPN and using our case management system, which is TAMES, which is a homegrown system, which is hosted on a server here in Austin. So they can VPN into it and they can still do their voting remotely. I suspect a lot of them, probably the way they work really is off the website. And so they're getting a lot of the briefs just like you would by going to the website and looking at the cases there and reading what they need to read there. They're probably getting the purple sheet, which is the list of everything that's been sent up on a particular Tuesday. They may be getting that emailed to them, or they may be looking at that list in TAMES and then going to the website and looking at the briefs there. We do have the ability for them to go into the conference agenda and push a button and have everything exported to a drive for them, and it's organized in a folder structure. I don't know how many of them are using that, but they certainly have the ability to do that if they like and work that way, so that everything is actually physically downloaded to their computer. But no doubt they are finding new and maybe more efficient ways to get access to documents they need in order to do their work.